Awesome. Yes. Welcome back to Live Lifts. My name is Dr. James, and welcome to the very last session of the strength season. I am absolutely so looking forward to this, and I'm so excited. It has been an absolutely unbelievable strength season, and I'm so happy that I got it all on camera. So always happy to share and teach. Right, as we do, slightly different intro if you're used to the streams, how we do things. We are going to attack the bar, but what we're doing today is we're doing farmer's carry. This is the most fantastic exercise that you need to do in your life. It is not in a lot of training programs, and it should be, regardless of your style of training. This is fantastic. It's essential, it's functional, it's everything that you do in everyday life as well. And we'll talk more about that. So we are doing 1 rep max. Now, the concept of this over the last few days, the last few sessions, last few streams that we've done is how to execute a 1 rep max safely and effectively using the ACSM guidelines. So it's backed up by evidence and science, of course, as we do on this channel. Now, the difference is it's quite hard to do a 1 rep max with a farmer's carry. So we're going to do a 1 distance max, and that distance is 20 meters, and it's marked out by the yellow kettlebell and the other yellow kettlebell at the top there. It is 20 meters. The guys just off screen who I know have measured it because they're training for a competition, and he had the ruler out the other week, and we both went through and measured what 20 meters was. So 1 rep max in terms of deadlift, bench, squat, it's a repetition and it's done. So this is slightly different because it's more of a dynamic, functional exercise that you're doing for speed and distance over time. So what parameters do we set? We fixed the distance 20 meters, so we've got it reproducible. The technique will be the same because it's lifting and walking. You've got to do it as quick as you can, but I'm not timing this. I want to do it for as much weight as I can over a distance, and you can do it that way. If you're going into competition, of course, you're going to do it for speed. That's fine as well. Now, there's a couple of different caveats as well, and that one is I'm doing a straight 20 because I think I want to get stronger and I want to test myself of how much I can lift full 20 meters. If you're training for a particular competition or there's certain rules and parameters, then you can adjust that. So some competitions might have 20 meters, but it might be 10 meters, stop, turn around, and do another 10 meters back. That's fine as well. I would argue that it's probably because some people who are bigger and perhaps not as got the cardiovascular fitness, they might not be able to do 20 meters in one go. And maybe it's just the rules of their competition. But it does involve a bit of cardiorespiratory element as well, so you'd expect to get a little bit of aerobic work in, meaning you're turning over sugar and you're turning over oxygen debt and consumption because you're lifting over time and space. I'm not going to stop talking soon, but we are going to go through the guidelines of how to do 1 rep max properly. We are going to go through the principles of how to do it properly and why the session is structured as it is. And I'm going to do another set so I don't cool down. So light sweat, heavy weight. But thank you for joining in and tuning in. And I'm going to do this from the very start as well, so there's nothing on the bar. Usually we start the streams with something on the bar, but there's nothing on the bar today. So you can see how it's done from scratch. And everything's obviously authentic and unedited on this channel, even the bloopers, even the fails. So this is technically our first run. So I've been training with this, and I've actually been doing the 20 meters, but I've actually been going, when we've been inside, I've been turning around and doing it like a loop. Today I'm just going to do in straight lines because it's going to be quite a focused run. And I'm just going to go from one end to the other, and hopefully we finish at this end. So the glory moment, we'll see. Right, we'll go through the principles in a moment. I think we need to get a little bit of weight on the bar. So these weigh 11 kilos each. So if my maths is correct, 11 is my favorite number. It's the greatest number, 11. So it's easy to remember, isn't it? So that's 22. So this is 22 kilos. We will include them because on the other exercises we've done for consistency, we've included our body weight, which is, I'm about 100 kilos, just over that. So again, for consistency, we'll keep it included. So this is 10s going on. The bizarre thing about this exercise is, right, you can put on the smallest amount of weight, even if it's like 5 kilos, but you remember that's 20 kilo increase because you've got 4 poles. So it's really bizarre. So we've gone from 22 to 62. So this is 62 kilos. And we'll get going. We'll get going. So that's a good 20-meter run, that's fine. While it's light, we might pop on a little bit more. Yeah, awesome. Ooh. Oh, fantastico. Right, first of all, let's start as we usually do, so there is some structure. How do I feel after the last session? What did we do? It was chin-ups. Wow, what a stream. 1 rep max for chin-ups is good, hard. My back felt completely recovered. I still had a little bit of tightness in my lower right side. I believe it to be the facet joint, which one of the girls here at the gym stood on my back and eased that through, which I'm really happy about. So it does feel a bit easier. So I've made sure I've thoroughly warmed up my abs because the core has so much to do with this exercise. Core, lower back, of course arms and traps and everything, but most of your breathing technique and your stability that you need to do this is coming through the core. And when you go heavy enough, you will feel it pulling through your obliques and your internal, external obliques and through the groin as well. And you may well feel your legs working to some degree as well, the quads, and sometimes the hamstrings as well. So I have warmed up my entire body. But yeah, I feel absolutely fantastic. And as we have done all season, all session, the recovery's been absolutely immaculate. And I think that has been a huge factor in being able to perform consistently and increment the weight. And just, I mean, look at the whole channel as a body of work. It's intended to be a continuity, a complete body of work, and to do that, you should try it. And if you can follow the stream through and train how I've trained so consistently over that period of time, I think you'll come to appreciate that the recovery is really essential. And to keep progressing within that as well, and get heavier and heavier and heavier, and lift more and more, and increase the reps, and then, you know, tweak things. So good, right, we're happy with that. So what we're gonna do, more weight. So what are we on there? So we're gonna go up to 100 now, aren't we? So that was 60. Yeah, let's go up to 100. So we're gonna put these 4 red ones on. I hope you can hear me, it's not too quiet. Move the mic a tad closer. Yeah, I think we're sound there. Yeah, I think we're all right there. Move back in the middle, don't need to get covered. Sound that. Ah. So, what we did a few weeks ago was, I broke, in fact, my all-time record on this. And we did 200 kilos. In fact, I didn't. I did a 202 kilos. because remember, these are 11. So I'm really happy to have broken that record. So what do I expect to be able to do today? And this is important for the next principle that we're going to talk about. I do expect, so we did 200 kilo, 202 kilo, and I did that on the second attempt, I did it for 20 meters. So the first one was like let's say like a warm-up, and then the second set was a lot easier. I did it for like 20 meters, 25 meters. So I do expect to be able to achieve that today, and then perhaps I can maybe exceed that. I don't know. It's going to be probably over 200, all being well. So the reason why I'm telling you that is because now on here, that's 25, 50, 75, 100, 110. So there's 122 kilos on here now. So if I expect to be able to do 200 and I've got 122, then I'm just over 50% of my perceived maximum target. So that's a good place to start. So we'll count this as a lift after we've done that little light run. Feeling good. So let's say that's 120, and then we're going to come back and do 140. Should go up in 20 kilos. 20. Let me just work this out. So if we do 120, 40, 60, 80, 200. There's a lot of sets, isn't it? And then over 200. That's a lot of sets. We might have to tweak that. This is what you'll experience. This is why I do it live, because some of it is planning, and I would say, a relatively experienced lifter and someone who's been doing it for a lot of years. And even I have to still experiment and test and trial what you can potentially do to get optimal performance. And that's what it's about, optimal performance, because the reason why I wanted to do this 1 rep max stream as well for all the lifts is because you do see guys coming in the gym, doesn't matter, young or old, new or veterans, and it's just about getting weight on the bar and then just lifting it. But you'll actually be able to achieve more, and you'll be able to optimize your lifts to truly max out, both from muscle strength and central nervous system strength, if you actually increment it and really fine tune things. And that's why it's really important to titrate the weight and the percentage that you're working through. So if you're just going to come in the gym and go, right, I'm with the boys, I'm with the girls, and we'll just put on loads of weight and just see what we can do, and yeah, you might achieve it. But actually what you probably find is you could probably do a bit more if your warm-up was in your preparation. And going up through the percentages was a lot more accurate. But we'll talk more about that in the principles very shortly. So I think what we'll do is go 120, let's go 150, 150, 180. We'll see. Either way, we need more weight. As long as I'm optimizing the runs, because you don't want to be, the reality is you don't really want to be burning loads of energy so close to your maximal. You want to be really, really optimized, especially because it's a slightly different type of lift. As I mentioned, this is a lot more dynamic. So it's all right doing the squat for 1 rep and going, oh, I can increase now, but you've got to do this over 20 meters for, it's a completely different demand. Right, so let's put on 20 kilo. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20. We do this set now. And then we'll get the timer out as well. We're having 5 minutes rest. Whew. It's daunting and then incredibly satisfying. So what I'm going to do now, guys, now I know the audio is okay, I'm going to set up the timer and we'll put 5 minutes on there and we'll talk about why I'm having a 5-minute rest when I've got my breath back. We need to go up by another 20, don't we? So there's another 10 going on. Oh good, we can have both. I can have my cake and eat it. And what I mean by that is, I do like to keep the iPad on as a monitor because there's nothing worse than doing a live stream and like it suddenly freezes or the audio cuts out. So if it looks like you're looking into a different dimension there, because you can see the stream that you're watching on the stream, it's just so I can monitor that everything's all right. And it is. But we've got 3, it means you probably can't see the clock as well, but it's 3 minutes precisely before we go again. Right, so, whew, before I get too tired and out of breath, I think we should talk about some 1 rep max guidelines. Now remember, disclaimer, these are guidelines, these are not strict rules, but they are brilliant and they are backed up by research. They are guidelines. Myself, as an exercise professional, as a health professional, I don't agree with everything, but I do implement them because they're good. And we'll talk about what I specifically disagree with in a moment. Let me have a little seat. I need to somehow, I think we're all right sat here, aren't we? Oh. Right, first of all, let's talk about how to do a 1 rep max properly. What you need to do to set up for a 1 rep max session to make it as effective as possible. Now, I have just spoken to you about optimizing your sets and optimizing so your nervous system and your muscular system is warmed up, because you'll find that you can surprise yourself. But if you're just rushing and you're going to do your 1 rep max in 1 or 2 sets and then you're done and it's all great, you could actually probably find that you could probably be able to do more with good technique. So how to do 1 rep max properly. You should have undergone, the first thing is you should have undergone familiarization or preparation, and you should be familiar with the exercise that you're doing with good technique. The most famous one is people come in the gym and they want to do 1 rep max on deadlift, but they're not very good at deadlift. Now, deadlift is the hardest technical exercise you can do. It's not quite as hard as doing Olympic snatch and clean and jerk, but technically it's very, very difficult. So do get some proper coaching and education if you're going to do that. So we have had plenty of familiarization because we've been doing this all season, and we have practiced and we've been doing complementary exercises to help build our strength around this exercise. So number 1, the subject should warm up by completing a number of sub-maximal repetitions. That's what we're doing right now. These are sub-max repetitions. We do sub-max Sundays on this channel. If you've caught the other streams, and I explain why and how to train submaximally. Number 2, determine the 1 rep max or any multiple reps within 4 trials with rest periods of 3 to 5 minutes. We're having 5 minutes rest, and we're going to do, now the interpretation of within 4 trials is that, do you get 4 attempts, or does that mean work up to your maximum within 4 goes? So I think that's open for interpretation. I personally want to completely optimize my lift, so I'm going to take that as trials and failures. Number 3, the alarm has just gone off, so we're going to do another set. Number 3, select an initial weight that is within the subject's perceived capacity of 50 to 70%. So we spoke about perceived capacity. I perceived around 200. So we started off, our first set there, we did 100 kilo. Fantastic. Or 120. And then we're going to do 140, and now it's 162. Number 4, resistance is progressively increased by 2.5 to 20 kilos. We've just been doing that. We're going up in 20s. Until the subject cannot complete the selected repetitions, and all repetitions, or distance in this case that we're doing, all repetitions or distance should be performed at the same speed of movement and the range of motion to instill consistency between trials. So we're sticking to 20 meters. I'm going to just do it as efficiently as possible, really. Number 5, the final weight lifted successfully is recorded the absolute 1 rep max. Easy. So we'll talk more about the tables and what they mean in a moment, but I think we've got to do the set. And I have noticed one thing I need to change. This is the problem with using the same coloured weights. That's a 5. And we need to swap that for a 10. That's just difficulty with having 5s and 10s the same colour. Whew. Right, let's do this. Whew. Yeah, so we go 60, 80, 200, and then hopefully we'll beat 200 and come back. Big drive. Yes. Oh, that felt smooth. Do you know what? That felt fast as well, you know. That felt like I was nifty. Oof. Five minutes rest, because we are well. That was 160. God, yeah, I remember when 160 was really tough. I think there is a stream with me doing 160, and it was hard at the time. But we've just done it for 20 meters, and it was relatively 5 minutes. Whew. Right. We're nice and warm now. So we're going to go up by another 20 kilos, which means putting on these 5s. Oh, I felt that was really technically brilliant just then, actually, if I'm going to give myself a bit of positive feedback. It's amazing how strong you get so quickly. 20 kilo. These 5s going on. Yeah, feeling good. Thanks for joining, guys. So that's 180. Oh my God, it goes up quick, doesn't it? 1 minute you're at 120, then you're at 180. Right, we've got a few minutes. We'll talk some more. We are well warmed up. Sound. Right, let's cover a few more principles. We carry out this next set. Oh. So, so we spoke about the 5 principles. Okay. The next thing is how the ACSM distinguishes upper body strength and lower body strength, determines the 1 rep max. So essentially, your body weight, let's say I'm 100 kilos. Now, if I can lift 100 kilos, that means I've got a 1-to-1 ratio, kilogram to kilogram. So they look at your age and obviously your body weight and how much you can lift, and they put you in a table of percentages. So if you're at 50%, of course, you are stronger, but also weaker than half the population as a general guide. Now, for upper body strength, they choose bench press and military press. We've done the 1 rep max military press stream. If you haven't seen it, please go and catch it. Breaking more records. So do I agree with that? I think the military press is a fair shout. It's achievable by most people. The bench press, again, is a good shout because it's achievable by most people. Most people can do a bench press. I personally think that chin up is a better choice because it activates more of the upper body, plus the abs. It does work the shoulders, it works a little bit of the chest. Hits the bicep, hits the lat, which are a lot bigger. So for me, I think the chin up would have been a better choice. However, can most people do a chin up? I think most people's body weight is their 1 rep max. So I can understand why they've chose bench press. But I think if you are pretty serious about getting strong and you really want to progress, we've spoke about the principles of how to do that on this channel, and there are videos on how to get stronger at chin up. And I think your chin up is a truer, stronger test of your upper body strength. Leg strength. So they choose 2 exercises for leg strength. They do leg press on a machine. They don't state whether it's the incline press or whether it's the horizontal press. And they do leg extension, which would be testing your quads. Is using just your quads a test of your lower leg strength, or your lower body strength? Probably not, it's one muscle. And is using the leg press a true representation? It's you know, parallel to gravity or perpendicular. So I prefer the squat. I think it's a better test of leg strength, the squat, because you're under load and you are doing it up against gravity. So that's just my choice on that. And we'll talk about how and why in a moment. How and why it's not transferable, what you can do for 1 rep max. We'll talk about that in a second. But for now, let's try and get this 180 out. So I'm feeling strong, man. That 180, that 160 was good. Let's try this 180. Come on, come on, come on. Big breath, big technique, good drive. Come on. Come on. Focus now. That's tough. Oh. That's really hard. But it actually felt really good. Only 5 minutes rest. Gotta crank it up. So that's 182. Then we'll go up one. Now we know we can do 200 for 20 meters. So I think we go 200 that way, and then we just max out coming back, which I think would be the best way to do it. So we need a couple of 10s, don't we? That'd be 202. I think 220 is probably looking, we'll see. You can sometimes surprise yourself. It's great fun. If you've never done this before, don't be afraid. It's never too late to get started. It's fantastic. Got to go up in 20s though. Let's just have a quick roll. Yeah. Tight abs. You've got to completely focus on your abs and your breathing. So that's 202. Just double check that. 75, 50, 75, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, yeah. So 180 in plates, and then these weigh 11 kilos each, so that's 191, 202. Brilliant. Ooh. 15 seconds. Okay, the alarm has just gone off. Ooh. Come on, efficient. Big lift. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Use me wraps. A little bit of grip. Okey doke. Come on. Engaged. Ah! Yes. Woo! Wow. That was good. Really good. Ah. 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 That was tough. It's very tough. I think that was close to maximum though. But I didn't fail, and it was achievable. It felt smooth all the way through. Like the technique we get actually walking, taking steps, that didn't falter at all. So we'll see if we can do is a 20 kilo increase at this point realistic? I think we're going to go up by 10, because then at this point of the session now, this is what I mean about doing it properly and titrating your weights. Because I remember when we did the 200 last time, the first time we tried the 200, it was really, really tough and I had to stop. But the next time I did it, it was like I flew with it. And that again is just because you're still upregulating and your body is still adapting. So I think if we go 210, 220, yeah, we should be good. And if we need to move the camera so we get that, so you can see it being achieved, then fair enough. We'll do that. Oh, I need to start the timer. I've been chatting So if I give myself 4, I was talking for 1 minute or so then, wasn't I? So if we go up by 10 kilos, which means I need 4 2.5s. Because I felt like I was creeping up to that maximum point then. And you want to make sure you're getting the full distance out. We have got 4 2.5s, fantastic. It's beautiful when things just work out. So there's 2.5 there, 2 2.5s, that's 5. And there's 5, 2 2.5s. Sometimes 10 kilos makes all the difference. I hope that won't slip off. Oh, I hope it doesn't slip off. It shouldn't do. We've run out of space on the bar. We've run out of space. That should be all right. I don't think that'll slip off. Rubber on rubber is pretty good. Oh. Oh. 2 minutes. Oh, wow. Yeah. I can feel my hip flexors working now. That's what I mean about your quads and your hip flexors and your obliques working. They'll really switch on as it gets heavier. What a fantastic challenge and stimulation on the body. Brilliant, you know. Can't believe it's been 7 months. Oh, wow, 7 months of strength, proper, hardcore, amazing. Right, we've got 30 seconds. Wish me luck, come on. In 1. In 1. 20 seconds. Come on. 3, 2, 1. All right, that's 5 minutes. That's 4 minute rest, wasn't it? So. Come on. I am using these wrist wraps as well, purely for grip. I think you can allow me that. Bit of wrist proprioception as well. A little bit wider so I can squat down. Come Big belief, come on. All the way, in one. Come on. There's the goal. Good breathing. Ah! Ah! Come on! I can do it. Ah! Ah! Let me just stretch out. I can do that. Come on. Ah. That was grip strength. Definitely. I've definitely got the strength to do that. Can you see how quickly it changes just with that 10 kilo increase? Ah. Damn. That was close. Right, we need another go. What we'll do is try again. Oh, I've got to get it in one. But just that 10 kilos, wow. Oh, grip strength. Damn. I was fine. I felt like I was just like powering along. Smooth, and I was like, I've got like 7 meters to go. 5 meters. And it just cut out. But we don't give up on this channel. Challenges are there to be overcome, as are obstacles. Ah. Oh. Whew. After I've moved this, I'll start the 5-minute rest timer. I think that's only fair. We'll lift this. This is 100 kilos. Right, let me load this up. Come on, 210. It's a new all-time record. Yeah. Sound. Oh, 7 meters. I can definitely achieve it. Yeah. 5-minute rest. 5 minutes. So we'll have a chit chat. We'll go through some more guidelines because we've got 5 minutes. And can we put that full? So you can see the timer. So it's an honest 5 minutes. Oh wow. Right, so a bit more information. Wow. So we spoke about why the ACSM guidelines use certain exercises to test for strength. But there is an important little bit here actually about muscular strength. So what they say here is, I quote, that traditionally the 1 rep max is the greatest resistance that can be moved through a full range of motion in a controlled manner with good posture, and this has been the standard for dynamic strength assessment, which I agree with. However, a multiple rep max can be used, so you can do a 4 or an 8 rep max to muscular failure as a measure of muscular strength. This may allow people to integrate an evaluation into their training program. So by integrating an evaluation into the training program, for example, if you were to train 6 to 8 rep max and you performed it to 6 reps to fatigue, it would give you some index of strength changes over time. So the next time you come to do 6 reps, you might find that you can probably do 7, or in fact you could increase the weight. That's what they're saying there. So the difference is that, however, that although it provides an index of strength changes over time that we have done on this channel, it is independent, meaning not related to the true 1 rep max. So you can't actually do a 6 rep max until failure and go, oh, well, that means that I could probably do 200. It doesn't work like that at all. So what they're saying here is that estimating a 1 rep max from a 6 rep max or a 4 rep max or an 8 rep max, whatever it might be, is problematic, and it's generally not necessary. So if you do get these calculators online that tell you, you know, we can guess your 1 rep max, how, you know, tall are you, how much you weigh, how much you lift for, you know, how many kilograms can you lift, whatever, for how many reps, it'll generally spit out a number, but it's problematic and it doesn't really add up, and it's not necessary to do that because you can just go and do the 1 rep max instead, as we're showing on this channel now on this live stream. So the number of lifts a person can perform at a fixed percentage of a rep max, for example, for different muscle groups, leg press, bench press, it does vary between people and between individuals. So if you try to take a 1 rep max overall, it won't really work because you know your bench might be really, really good, but your squat might be terrible. So you can't really say that they're translatable either, and between people as well. But the 1 rep max remains a popular, it is popular, people do like to do it. I do think that doing it over time, for a long period of time, keep training to 1 rep max all the time, you are going to pick up injuries and your technique will falter. So that's why we emphasize sub max training on this channel. And there are 5 principles to go through in terms of making sure you do the 1 rep max properly. The first one is strict posture. I think that's the most important thing, making sure your technique and your posture is good, because then you're safe. Have a consistent repetition duration. So, you know, if you're doing a 3 count or a 2 count on your positive or negative phase. Full range of motion, we do emphasize that. So you're doing deep squats and you're getting the power in the base when you're doing those deadlifts right down to the floor. Spotters, we use spotters on this channel a lot. That's the 4th one. So number 1, strict posture. Number 2, consistent repetition duration. Number 3, full range of motion. Number 4, use of spotters. Not necessary here today doing this exercise. And then number 5, equipment familiarization. And number 6, the most important, is a proper warm up sub-maximally. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's do another set, because the timer has just gone off, and we are going to achieve this, and I think this might be our 1 rep max, because we'll see how it feels. But we failed the last set, unfortunately. I think I can get another 7 meters out of that. Definitely. Come on, of course we can. Oh. Come on, come on. Oh, definitely the end of the season, isn't it? The choke's gone. Come on. All the way. All the way. Come on, this left hand grip. All the way. I wonder if it's because oof. All right, Mally. Yeah, come on. We'll have that. We'll have that. Come on, we can do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Ah! Woo! Yes! Woo! Ah! 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 Idziemy. Dzik. Ah. Walczymy. That was hard at the start, but once I got going, woo. What time is it, Mally? What time is it? Sorry. No. Is it 9:30? Let's see what time we're on. I can just check the iPad, sorry. Too much blood in my brain, I'm not thinking. Right, yeah, it's coming up to past. Right, I'm going to try one more set because although the lift off was hard, once I got going, I felt like I could do it. So, and to let you in on a little secret, I think I found the problem. So, when I put this wrap around the bar, what I'd done is, so you can see it's on my wrist, and the loop is this side against my thumb. So that then wraps around the bar, okay? So this knuckle of material is in line with my thumb. Now the previous set where I failed, the knuckle was this side and wrapped around the bar. So if you can imagine this knuckle and this force is pulling through my little finger, which is obviously the weakest of the fingers. So that's why I felt like I had the power in my grip as I was doing it. And then suddenly I was like, yeah, I got this. And then with the momentum of the bar as well, the pressure through the little finger and that knuckle has just pulled through, and that's where the grip strength has gone. So what I did then is I switched it around, and it felt much more, the technique was much more in line and just easier. And but lifting up and getting going is really, really, really hard. Right, I'm gonna have another go. I think we go up then, don't we, by another 2.5. That's the minimum required, that's the minimum. So that's another 10 kilo increase. Should we give it a go? Oh, in fact, yeah, I think we can do it. Yeah, we haven't got full 1.25s, unfortunately, which would give us a 5 kilo increase. Wow. Oh. 2 minutes. I think this is going to be the top one. That last one was hard. It was hard to get going. Really hard to get going. So what we'll do. Right, we are going to switch ends. So I'm coming towards the camera, so you can actually see I've done it for legitimate purposes. So you can see the end point now. And then bring it from this angle, because I think this is going to be my maximum. I honestly do. That's really, really, really testing. So the end point is just there, right? And let's try to get optimal. Right, the end point is there. So the end point is in line with this material. It drops right down onto that kettlebell. So that's a good marker. Hopefully. Right, so the end point is this material, because that is in line with this kettlebell right there. This is probably going to be the max. You can just feel it. Your perception, you can just feel it. But we will try. And if we can do more, we'll do more. But this is what's that, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 210. Oh, no. How much is this? 100, 10, 20, 30, 40. 50, 60, 70, 80, that's 180, 190, 200. There's 222, this is 222 kilos, 222 kilo. And the timer has just gone off. The clock is out of time. Whew. So we're at the start point here, we're behind the yellow. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Believe believe and you can achieve. Come on. All the weights are definitely equal. It's legitimate. They're all of the right denomination and equal denomination. Yeah, that's just a skinny 10. That's fine. Come on, 20 meters in one. Come on. Come on. You're all right as long as you get up and get going. As soon as I'm moving. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Absolutely everything we've worked for. Let's finish the season on a positive. On a positive. Always on a positive. Always on a pos. Always on a plus. Come on, finish the session on a positive. Come on, finish the season on a positive. Come on. Come on. Ah! Woo! Woo! Ah. Yeah. Woo. Can we do more? Come on! Can we go more? It is a 1 rep max day. Ah. Ah. Yeah. 5-minute rest. Wow. Oh, that felt good. There's no greater feeling. It's the best style of training. The best. It's better than bodybuilding. It's better than all that rubbish. You have to build the strength first and do all these functional compound exercises, and then later go and do the bodybuilding, because you'll have something to work with. You've got that muscle belly and that power and that strength to do all those reps. But if you don't have any strength to begin with, it's really, really hard to get all those reps out, isn't it? Because you're not strong enough to get the reps out, so how's your muscle going to grow? And you're building neural strength as well, the neural circuit on the anterior horn of the spinal cord from the motor cortex in the brain. Ah, yes, I'm so pleased with that. I do think we can put on 5 more kilos. There's no 1, 2. I could put on 4 more kilos because I've got I can get 1 kilo plates. There's not enough 1.25s in the gym. You can never have enough 1.25s. Let me go and grab 1 kilos. Ah. It's not mute. I'd have to unmute the audio. That would help, wouldn't it? So what I was saying was, I would like to use 1.25s. And that would give me an extra 5 kilos, which is our minimum to go up by. But there's not enough 1.25s in the gym, so I've got to use these 1 kilos. So it does leave us a kilo short, but it's all we've got, I'm afraid. There just isn't the weight available. You can never have enough 1.25s. Yeah, hopefully they don't slide off either, because we are over the limit on the bar. We're a couple of plates over the pin. So, what would that be then? 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 180, 185, 190, 195, 200, 204, 214, 224, 226. So it's 226. Oh, wow. See how you get stronger and stronger and stronger as the session goes on. It's just amazing, isn't it? The body's amazing. And this is what I was saying at the very start of the stream about when you're coming in the session to do a 1 rep max with the intention of doing a 1 rep max. One of the viewers asked, well, if it's a 1 rep max, surely, why is it an hour or an hour and a half? But the streams are the same length as a normal training session for a 1 rep max. And the reason is because, as you have seen in this stream, you can get stronger and stronger and stronger. And if you're rushing to do your 1 rep max and you're only going to do 2 or 3 sets because you're with the guys and you just want to get it done and it's like, rah. Actually, if you do it over a longer period of time, you can actually get your true 1 rep max and really surprise yourself how strong you actually are. So that's why it takes longer than you think, but it's well worth it. But that is what you are dedicating your entire session to, and that is what that's what you've been working up towards all the last 7 months, 6, 7, 8 months. So well worth it. Right, the clock has gone off. That is the alarm. So we're going to move the camera again down this end so you can see the home run. Ah, wow. Because I don't know which is going to be my very last, I don't know which is going to be my very last run. So I've got a feeling this 126 or 126. I think this is going to be most likely the maximum. So if you're just joining, the end point is the yellow and the start point is the yellow up there. If you zoom in, you can probably see it. But the 5-minute timer has just gone off. So quick sip. Let's see if this 126 is the absolute max, absolute maximum. Good, honest session, and like a true test of your grit strength. I think I held my breath in that last rep for the last 10 meters. It was just easier to not breathe. Anyway, I'll try not to faint. Come on. All the way. Come on, let's finish the season on a positive. Finish the stream on a positive. Let's achieve this. Let's achieve it. This is, come on. Healthy lift off, good steps, good breathing, good techers. Technique is everything, isn't it? Absolutely everything. No matter what you're doing, whatever sport you're in. If you got the techers, you are at a huge advantage. Come on. Come on. I need a bit of space to get my big bum between these though, to be honest. Minor adjustments. Come on, I've got to finish this on a positive. Got to finish this on a positive. All the way. All the way. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All the way. Come on. Ah! Woo! Ah! Wow! Ah! Yes! Ah! Ah! What a fantastic exercise. Absolute staple piece of your training. Oh. Oof. That is why my 1 rep max. I felt on the way down then, if you watch it, probably watch it back in slow-mo, I don't know. As I'm coming back, I felt my legs going like jelly. I could feel myself going like jelly. So I think realistically, we should try a heavier weight. Of course. We should try, because we just keep surprising ourselves on this channel. Stronger than you think. More capable. Oh. So I think we go up by another 5 kilos, which is going to be some more 4s. We've got 2 kilo weights. We're going to get them. We can try again. We just keep getting stronger, don't we? How to do it properly. Oh. So, we've got no 1.25s. Or in fact, what I could do yeah, scrap that idea. I'll just take these 1s off and put the 2.5s on. That's better, isn't it? I'm due a rest. We should have 4 minutes there though, because I've been chatting and get my breath back. Yeah, right, I'll take all these back. Oh. So put the 2.5s on top. Wow, it's just brilliant. Let's see if we can do this. Put these back. 1, 180, 200, 220, 232 now we're on. Pretty good. Not bad for a natural. Right, I'll put these away. Wow. 2 minutes to go. And we'll do another one up to this end. So there's our finish point, just there. That yellow kettlebell to yellow kettlebell, which is in line with the TRX band, I believe they call it. And I think we're pretty good there. Wow. Woo. "40 seconds. Let's max out. See what we can do. Right. Hello, over there. Hope you can see me. We've got 8 seconds on the clock. And we'll see if we can do this. We've gone up again, so this is 132 kilo. 232 kilos, sorry. Right, the alarm has just gone off. We are engaged with our higher strength. Come on, we need a good start. Come on. Come on. Strength training is the greatest training you'll ever do once you really get into it. It complements everything else. Come on, let's finish on a positive. Let's see if we can get this up and get going. Some incredible lifts so far. Come on. Oh. So we crept up. Come on. Crept up on the weight a little bit now. Come on, let's finish on a positive. All the way. I can't even get that up. I'm going to try again. I can't even get that up. That is maximal lifting for you. Let me have another go. I think that's it. Come on, positive. That last set was mean. It was absolutely unbelievable. Incredible focus and power, but come on, let's finish on the positive. I've got nothing left in the tank. I can't even get that up safely. My posture and everything. My technique isn't there. We gave it absolutely everything we could. I gave it absolutely everything I could in that last set just then. Absolutely everything. I felt myself going like jelly. I can't even get that up now. That is my maximum. That was 226, which is good. That 226 is like 2 1/4 my body weight, so I'm happy. Right, let's debrief. But wow, that is how to max out properly. To the point, I just cannot even get that up anymore. So we'll debrief properly as we do. We've got the bananas. Yes. After this strength season, there's no more bananas left in the UK. We have gone through some bananas on this channel, haven't we? Hey. Right. Let's debrief. I cannot get that 232 up. I can't even lift it up. I can't even get it off the ground. And that is the difference that it makes when you just go up by 1 kilo, 2 kilos. And that's why your steady incremental increase on your 1 rep max day is so important. And I need to just put my top on because I don't want to get cool too quick. And we will debrief for the very last time of this strength season, because that was the last session after 7 months. Wow. Fantastico. Wow, my pec is, I feel your chest. Your chest is, when you do this properly, you should feel your pecs pulling through. It works everything. It's such a fantastic exercise. Right. Let's debrief for the very last time this season. Let's make this a bit better. Because of course, you guys that have tuned in have been spectacular in supporting the channel and watching it grow and appreciated it, and I really do appreciate it. So I think it's only right to debrief properly. I think I deserve a seat after all that. So, whew. Yeah, right, there we go. Let's debrief for the last time this strength season. Wow. That has been an absolutely brilliant session. Right, hopefully the audio is good now. I've got the 2 mics on. Oh, wow, I'm stiff already. Right, let's debrief. Awesome. What a session. What an absolutely gorgeous, glorious session. First of all, let's talk about today. Thank you very much for joining another live stream. Today was the maximal 1 rep max for farmer's carry. Yeah, we've got 5 minutes before the gym closes. First in, last out. Right, so thank you for joining another live stream. First of all, we did how to execute a 1 rep max on farmer's carry safely and effectively and properly. We did it with the ACSM guidelines. The ACSM guidelines are here. We have gone through them in the stream. We have gone through several other principles throughout the course of this season, and we have gone through them in each of our 1 rep max streams. In case you're catching this live, or if you're catching this on catch up later on, of course. Today was brilliant. We warmed up effectively 50% of our weight. We worked up 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 210, I think we did 220, 224, 226, 220, 226, or 222, 226 kilos, and we tried a 232, but I couldn't get that up. That was everything. In that last set coming down, I felt everything just working overtime, and my legs were like jelly. That was my true 1 rep max. I could not have done any more. I can honestly look back and say I couldn't have given it any more. Could not have given it any more effort. So I hope you enjoyed it, and that completes the full body of work on this channel. So it's a bit brief cap. I will cut some of the live streams up into smaller videos because there's a lot of information and there's a lot of useful thing. I think they're useful anyway. Useful things that have happened. There's lots of good moments. There's really positive things throughout the season. But that's 7 months of really hardcore strength work that has flown by and been fantastic. It's been brilliant. And we've made amazing progress from the very start. So the idea is to view this channel as a body of work, as a complete guide, that all the streams are connected, and it's all a progression, and it all links. But I think the body of work here is complete now, and I think I'd be more than happy to do some streams again in the future, but they might just be impromptu streams. They might be when I feel like it. But I wanted to get one full, complete strength season on film with completely unedited, all the successes, all the failures, and as well as a personal record of achievement. So I've got something on camera, something for myself as well as sharing the tips and the education, the knowledge and the science. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll do some videos from time to time. I'll live stream some stuff if I think there's something interesting or something I want to teach about or show. And I might do some, I'm going to move on now. What's next? So I'm going to move on and do some conditioning now, which I'm really looking forward to, which means me slimming down and using this strength and this muscle bulk and doing lots more conditioning work, which is a bit more cardiovascular based and more aerobic type based work. And as I'm going to still introduce heavy loads and I'll still be doing some percentages, but I won't be working at 85 to 95% of my 1 rep max or 100% like today. I'll be working between 60, 65, 70, 75%. And you can read about that as well. These are common unknown principles. So that's it really. I might do another video just to completely debrief and recap on everything that we've done and talk about some principles and stuff, and some other things that are important. But for now, I think that's it. I mean, it completes the body of work. I've had an amazing time, a really good time doing it. It's been really fun. And I always wanted to prioritize the training. I always wanted to prioritize making sure that the training was hard, focused, and because that's why we're here. It was never about, viewers and numbers and subscribers and views and popularity. It was more about giving hardcore sessions, and I didn't want the hardcore sessions to be sacrificed just for the sake of making videos. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the viewers and some of the subscribers and so on. It just means that the training is the priority, and the training should always be the priority, as well as safety and technique and all the other stuff. So it hasn't got in the way. I've really enjoyed filming it. I've really enjoyed the engagement as well. I think the people, it stimulated a lot of conversation and people reaching out and asking questions as well. So it's really good. I'm really happy to share the experience, that little bit of experience I've got, and the knowledge as well, and some of the tips and pointers. But thank you very much. I've got to go because the gym's going to close, and I've still got to tidy up and finish my bag of bananas. So anyway, thanks for joining. Amazing, honestly. I'll be doing some other projects in the future as well because I've really enjoyed it, and it's helped improve my communication and my teaching skills, as well as showing you doing something that I love doing, and these are essential. Training should be absolute priority in absolutely everybody's life, no matter what you're doing, from a reasonable age. I started at 16. I think 16 is a great age to start. But anybody can do and start this at any time. Don't fear the heavy weight. Like, you don't have to be doing 200 plus kilos like we've done today. I started with the bar when I was, a beginner, nothing. So they're the most essential things. Anyway, thanks for joining. Stay strong, and thanks for joining the live lifts. It's been brilliant. So see you later. Stay strong.